most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as always, is the co-host with the most, Jive Turkey Nano, folks. How we doing, Turkey?
Let's go. Doing great, brother. Great to see you. Happy Friday, Junior. I like to refer as Thursdays. We're feeling good, man. A little bit of rain out here in Arizona, but it's no rain on my parade, baby. We are live. We are thrive. And as you know, as a turkey, we jiving as well. Great to see y'all. Got Miss Mary in the chat. Woo, let's go. We see you. We see all you trickling in here as well. Can't wait to dive into these fights, my brother. It's a round two. It's a good one. Let's go.
It is going to be a fun one, man. Look, I know a lot of people are talking a lot of trash about this card, and I get it. It is not the best card in the world. It is not the most stacked card in the world, right? It's just not. But before we jump into this card, okay, I want to talk to you about something real quick, because I truly think that people are not being fair to this card. If you look back 10 years, you look at the main card from 10 years ago, literally right after a pay-per-view, during March, right? And like, this card is significantly better, right? Let me read this off to you. 10 years ago, we had Amanda Nunes versus Shayna Baszler. Now, I get it, folks. I get it. Okay, I get it. Where's the... I'm starting off with Amanda Nunes saying it's not a banger. But she was a nobody at that point in time. She was coming off of a loss to Kat Zingano. Right? And Shayna Baszler went to WWE and is already on her way out to WWE. So, folks, that's the fight that started off the main card. Then we had Leonardo Santos against Anthony Rocco Martin. Okay. Nano is looking right now like a doe in the headlights. Beautiful boy. You have no idea who either of those fucking guys are, do you?
Absolutely not. I was going to quickly Google them.
And then after that, at least Nano's going to know at least one of these names. We had Eric Silva against Josh Koscheck.
The man.
So, yeah. The man he did get submitted in 4 minutes and 21 seconds by Eric Silva, but Eric Silva was on all of the gear. And then the main event of the evening, folks. Okay, we are complaining about Marvin Vettori and Roman Dolidze, two top 10 ranked fighters. Oh, by the way, one of them is a former title contender who could still be that guy. We're complaining when 10 years ago, again, March 21st, around the same timeline, right after a pay-per-view, we got Damian Maia versus Ryan LaFleur in the main event.
LaFleur?
LaFleur. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. I love that Dodgeball movie, man. But I digress. Like, Damian Maia versus Ryan LaFleur, and we're complaining about Marvin Vettori versus freaking Roman Dolidze. With all due respect, miss me with that bull stuff. We were not supposed to curse within the first 5 minutes of the show. So, we're trying to get better about that for when we do get monetized.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, folks, I'm not going to talk any more trash. I'm just going to simply jump into the actual card that we're going to be talking about tonight. And that is UFC Vegas 104 and the first fight of the evening. comes in the women's flyweight division. It's about between Yuneisy Duben and Carli Judice. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you, Nano. I don't know a ton about both of these women, but just judging off of what I see on paper, I mean, there's a 1.5-inch reach difference. And the age difference of 28 versus 26 years old is not significant enough to really play any factor, in my opinion. And the woman who stands across in the red corner, Yuneisy Duben, she's undefeated at 6-0, Nano. And by the way, 5 of them are by way of knockout. One of them is by way of submission. And she typically gets it done very quick, more often than not in the first round. Her last 3 were in the first round. The 2 before that were in the second round. So I like Yuneisy in this one, which is kind of crazy because Vegas does not. Vegas is giving me plus 285 odds on her, and I get it. She's a smaller girl, but a wise man once said, "Shorty man, the boxing." You know what I'm saying? Go.
Yep. There you go.
That wise man was Yoel Romero, for those of you that are uncultured and don't know. And speaking of uncultured, we got someone that's the exact opposite of that. Someone that's very cultured, folks. We got Lethal Sugar in the chat. And just in time, as he said, just in time. What up, gentlemen? What up with you, Lethal Sugar? Let us know who you have in these fights in the chat, my friend. And Nano, am I crazy? Am I cuckoo bananas right now?
What up, Lethal Sugar? Great to have you. No, listen, man, you're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here. I'm liking the dog here as well. I do gotta correct you a little bit here on the name. I love the attempt, my brother. We gotta keep each other honest here. It's Yuneisy. It's Yuneisy, okay? Yuneisy Duben. She's Venezuelan, okay? Wait,
That's
now we know. Hey.
That's a first, my guy.
It's a first for everything, my brother. That's my territory, okay? That's my turf, my neck of the woods. My 2 addicts. That's right, Ecuadorian Mexican over here on the mic. But listen, man, I do think that Yuneisy is someone that has shown the ability to do something special in the UFC. Most in the Dana White Contender Series, her debut absolutely knocked out her opponent. And just watching the video, watching the reaction from Dana White, she was one of the biggest underdogs in Dana White Contender Series history. The way she put out her opponent overhand right, put out her lights cold. I mean, she turned off cut the party over, cut out the lights, man. And before I keep going, Tico Tech, what up? We see you in the chat. I mean, MMAnomaly does have the Fighting Nerd glasses on. All he's missing is the tape. Must have got him fixed already because, that's my guy. But, but listen. As much as I do like Yuneisy, and she's 6-0. She's undefeated. She has not lost. She's a little bit older, a little bit shorter, a little bit more stocky. She's going to have that power. Again, the boxing, looping, right's going to be a problem. But she's going in there against a Carli Crispy Judice, who I think is, the odds I think are not indicative. I do feel as if it's going to be closer than the odds suggest. Not Yuneisy, excuse me. Carli is coming off a 2-fight losing streak, both in the Dana White Contender Series and then in the UFC this past year. So she's a hungry dog back against the wall. However, I do like the underdog here. So give me the girl that hasn't lost yet, that's done something special and has shown the ability to end the night without needing the judges. So I'm taking Yuneisy, brother. Look at us. Send the tone with some underdogs. Oh, took the glasses off. You mean business now? Okay.
Yeah, I literally started realizing that was why I kept squinting, because I really need to clean my glasses. Yeah. And Tico Tech, of course, is saying, no, just because you got called a nerd, don't back down now. Brother, I never back down.
Don't back down.
Never back down. Not ever.
All of a sudden.
I don't ever back down. Do you understand me? Yeah, we're both going Yuneisy. And man, Yuneisy, I was messy. That was a bad pronunciation from me. In the next fight, we have a women's bantamweight bout between Josiane Nunes and Priscila Cachoeira. No, how was that pronunciation? And
I was going to say, there you go. That's how you make up for it, big dog. Come on. 1% better. No, but seriously, that was perfect, brother. That was perfect.
So who you got, man? I've taken a wild guess, and I'm going to say that you got Nunes.
I think, well, yeah. I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. I do. The odds are scaring me a little bit. That's why I hesitated here at -185 on our preferred sports betting app, DraftKings, the best app out there. Gamble responsibly. But listen, man, I do think that she has all the power. She's coming off a couple losses, so she's hungry. Both these Brazilians are definitely going to want to go out there and leave it all on the line. But I think she has more ways to win. Her striking's impeccable, to use some better verbiage here. She uses it well, even though with her size. Again, think compact. Think Mike Tyson. Okay, I don't want to make a lofty comparison, but both the fighters that we were just talking about here are that we like, have that kind of build, short, stockier, can stay in their box. And hey, if it needs to get messy, you want to get on the ground, you need to mix it up. You can change levels, you can grapple, you can get them up against the fence. They both have that power, both have that pressure that they're going to bring here. And Zombie Girl's great. She has much more experience. She's 5 years older, which doesn't really have a lot of, I guess, value here in women's MMA. And all in all, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to bet this early in the fight card. So I would probably try to stay away from it from a bettor's perspective because it is really, really close. Vegas thinks it's almost a pick 'em here. But I'm taking the younger, a little bit more savvy fighter here in Josiane. How you feeling about this one, brother? Are we hive minding still, or are you leaning the underdog in the Zombie Girl?
I'm actually not leaning the underdog at all. We are hive minding the hell out of this one so far. And it's not just us. If you look at Tapology, 984 people, so just under 1,000 folks have picked. And out of all 984, 86% of them are going with Nunes here. There's a reason for that. I think if you want to get her at dog odds, you can probably pick her by decision. Let's see. Exact winning method. Yeah, you can get Josiane Nunes to win by decision at +120. You can get her by TKO or DQ or KO at +320. And if you're feeling real crazy, you want to jump out on a ledge, you can take her by submission at +1800. I'll be doing none of the above. I'm going to stay away from this one from a betting perspective. I just don't think it's worth betting on. CSP promoter said, hey, nice display picture, man.
What up?
Thoughts on Giuliano Argenti? He seems like a nice guy, honestly. We appreciate him stopping in the stream last time we were on, and we'd love to have him back on the chat. So, yeah, hope he's having a good night. Seems like a chill dude, and yeah, I know he's a fan of MMA Guru, so hope he's enjoying whatever that guy's putting out.
Absolutely. And I do like his name too. It's actually very close to my real name. Jive Turkey Nano is not what people call me at work. It is a little different, but he's got a good channel. He's got good promoters, it looks like. So appreciate having you, my brother. Or, well, you promoter you.
Yeah. Brother, sister, they, them, whatever you choose to go by, But we're just going to call you a fight fan because we hope that's what you are. And with that being said, yeah, I don't have a whole lot more to add to this one. Look, I think Josiane Nunes is going to be the better fighter out there. I don't think Zombie Girl is a bad fighter by any means. The issue for me is that though she's the taller fighter, she's not the longer fighter, right? She's still actually giving up 2 inches of reach, even though she's 4 inches taller. So yeah, Matua is saying, why not put money on Nunes though? I mean, how would you bet Nunes? Would you take her by decision? Would you take her inside the distance, or would you just take her at flat money line? It's not terrible odds at money line right now. You can get her at -185, but I mean, unless it's like flat 100 or like at least 150 or under, I don't know. I don't have that strong of a conviction on her to get the win. I think this is it's not a toss up, but it's like 40-60.
I'd agree with that. And I think half of it is, I want to protect our official bets, or, I try to gamble and I gamble responsibly. But if you're a sicko, Matua, which I know you are, great to see you. And you do want to sprinkle a little some here, a little some there. Maybe you want to sprinkle some on every single fight to keep a bettor's interest. By all means, you got to put a little sprinkle. You got to put a little pay on, on Nunes. So that's where I think we're at with that for sure. Right on cue too. I think we all did that in sync. I like it.
That was great. Yeah, nice job, CSP promoter. Thanks for prompting that. Just the man in the box today. And then moving into the next fight, folks, we have a flyweight bout between Daniel Barez and Andre Lima. Now, Andre Lima is 10-0, coming in undefeated at 26 years of age. Daniel Barez is 36 years of age, 10 years his elder. Standing 1 inch shorter at 5'5". Obviously, that means Andre Lima standing 5'6". The man that is taller by 1 inch also has a 1.5 inch reach advantage. Now, how do both of these guys typically go out there and get it done, right? Well, I can tell you Lima, aka Mascote, is a pretty much either going to knock you out or get you into a decision. He's not going to submit you. He has 0 submission wins to his name. He does have 1 DQ win, which is interesting, obviously. And this will be his 4th fight in the UFC after coming out of the Contender Series. Obviously, he beat Rickson Zenaidem in the Contender Series, and then since coming to the UFC, he has beaten Igor Severino via getting bit in round 2. And then since then, he got a split decision win over Mitch Raposo, which was an extremely close fight. Make no mistake about it. If I remember correctly, I think I actually had our guy losing that one against Mitch. And then he came in and fought Felipe Dos Santos, who is obviously no slouch, and in that one got the unanimous decision. Now, standing across from him is Daniel Barez, who is 17-6. Man is a beast. He's fighting out of Entrum Gym. A little bit more well-rounded, right? 7 wins by KO, 5 wins by submission here, and 6 wins by submission here, and 4 wins by decision. And he is coming off of a little bit more of an up and down trajectory here, right? In his last 2, he's 1-1. He lost to Jafel Fiallo, and he beat Victor Altamirano. Anybody can go out there and get subbed, especially in round 1 when everybody's dry, and that's exactly what happened against Jafel Fiallo. So this is going to be a tough test for Andre Lima in this one, but I do think he's going to get it done. If I had to bank on it, like I said, it's either going to be a knockout or a decision for this young man. And the guy across from him has never been knocked out, but he has lost 3 decisions. And he has been submitted. But as I said, I don't think this is going to be a submission win. I'm jinxing it, right? But if you're going to take him, I would say maybe just take him by decision. Otherwise, stay away from this one, folks. It's minus 395. And that's just too steep for my liking on those odds. And before I pass the baton here to Nano, Matua said, I would take her to win. As I'm building my parlay, I currently have her on mine. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Matua. We appreciate you. Nano, who do you have in this one? Am I crazy here?
Not at all. I do think the favorite is accurate. I do feel that Andre Lima is getting a really good matchup for himself. First off, these are a couple fly guys. Okay, we're going to see, and I mean flies and flyweight, but they fly as well. But listen, they are going to be extremely fast and explosive. I'm curious to see if we'll see a finish in this fight. Andre Lima has proven to be able to do so, but as of recent, like you mentioned, some close matches, and hey, has even been in there and gotten bit as well, which is hilarious. You always got to mention that, and tattooed it as well, just so it's it lives forever. And even with all of that, I do think this is just a really good matchup. I feel like they're kind of, I don't want to say it's a gimme. Nothing's a gimme, because this guy across from him is someone that is really talented, explosive, but the 10-year age gap really worries me. in Daniel Barez. You know, no matter how tough you are at this weight class, you know, you really want to be the faster, sharper, and maybe more instinctual fighter in there. And that's where Andre Lima, and I mean, I could go on with all the different accolades, the different skills or attributes that make up a fighter, and you're going to lean Andre Lima. I mean, his striking's great, his combinations, his counters. What else do I need to say? The bows, head, shoulder, knees, and toes, man. He does it all. And I'll leave it there. There you go. There you go. I see you.
Let's go. Man, this is one of those days where we just are agreeing on absolutely everything somehow. Pretty wild.
I think it's because we're wearing the same shirt, and I should have known when we're both wearing white shirts.
Let's go, baby. Both UFC themed too. You already know. You got the UFC. I got the Dustin Poirier here.
Oh, well, yours is cooler, but you know, I digress.
I mean, come on, brother. They're both pretty fucking sick. Let's just call a spade here. We're at 20 minutes in, so we can cuss now. Trigger, the man, the myth, the anomaly.
Ooh,
Right back at you, my friend. Right back at you, my friend.
I love it. Great to have you, Trigger D.
Trigger, I'm so juiced to see you in the chat. Can't wait to start seeing your picks flowing into the chat as well, my friend. And with that being said, we have an interesting matchup, if nothing else, between Sam Hughes, a.k.a. Sam Page, coming in against Stephanie Ranadinha Luciano. This is going to be a very, very interesting fight. I don't have much of a technical breakdown on this one. Sam Page is a bit of an MMA anomaly in her own right. She's very different. If you've ever seen this chick, she's built different. 2 wins by knockout, 3 by submission, 4 by decision. Her losses are to Piera Rodriguez and Yasmin Haragui. Like Yasmin Haragui is an absolute beast. An absolute beast. And she came out there and got the win over the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu phenom, Jacqueline Amarim, as well as Victoria Dudakova. So, man, I'm going to go against 73% of the people on Tapology here, and I think I'm going to go Sam Hughes. I think I'm going Sam Page, and I think this is, judging by the look on your face, going to be the first time that we disagree with each other tonight.
This is where the road ends.
Hold on. Trigger! Let's go, kid!
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm outnumbered. What is going on here? If you're in the chat and you're feeling my girl Stephanie Luciano, let me know where you at, okay? Where my dogs at? Speaking of the dogs, I'm realizing there's, 3 female, fights here on the card so far. We should have called in the big dog, S-Dog, to see his thoughts. That's what we need, the real professional. He spends hours breaking it down when it comes to women's MMA. So I know he had a lot to say. Go check out his stream. It was a little bit before ours. If you're trickling in, we appreciate you. But listen, oh man, I keep saying that tonight. I just realized I'm gonna get fixated on it now. Stephanie Luciano. I feel, I don't know if it's the name or if it's just, the pretty girl privilege, but she has the skills to back it up as well. She's the Ben favorite here. I'm not going to go against Vegas. I do like the highlights. I like some of the fights I've seen so far when it comes to her skill set, her jiu-jitsu, and her striking. It's a little unorthodox, but she's opportunistic, and I think she'll go out there and she'll be able to, weather the storm of as we saw in the chat here, Trigger D. I'll quote him so elegantly, Sam Page. Okay, I'm liking Stephanie Luciano though. That's where I'm at. And we will agree to disagree.
It is what it is, brother. It is what it is, my friend. I think this is going to be a fun fight. I think Sam Page is going to get it done. I think you're sleeping on her. You're sleeping on her. I know she's a bit of a 500 fighter with the record 9-6, obviously. And we got to call a spade here. She's given up 2.5 inches of reach here, but it's not like she's punching up. There's a 1-inch height difference. And I think that 1-inch height difference is probably going to serve Sam Page better because she's going to get top position, and she's going to do that by having a lower sense of gravity, being able to shoot in, being able to get on top, being able to just hammer fist on top. Someone's gonna make a weird gif out of that motion for sure.
Probably. Clip it, Jamie.
Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Moving into the next fight, we have a bantamweight bout between Carlos Vera and Josias Musasa, which is just a fun name to say. I mean, it's almost as fun as Mufasa, right? Shout out to the folks in the chat. We got Cad Pat Kage in here hitting us with the cheers emoji. Things you love to see. Salute. Boom. Yeah, I'll pour one up. The spaghetti guy win by the end of the night. Are you talking about Marvin Vettori?
The pizzeria.
The pizzeria.
The spaghetti. Makes me hungry.
Man, so in this one, who you got? You got Vera or you got Musasa?
Oh, man.
I can't
Musasa. I know. How do you not like
Musasa.
some Josias? Musasa. Now, I'm liking Musasa on this one. The KO Wizard is coming in on a mean 8-fight win streak. He hasn't lost yet. Okay. At 26 years old, everything's ahead of him. And it does pain me to go against my Ecuadorian brethren in Carlos Vera. But Father Time is certainly not on his side here. He's 11 years older than my opponent. You do the math. I just said Josias is 26. Okay, I won't make you do math. He's 37 years old. Okay. Now, I don't see a lot of paths for victory for him at this point. Outside of, a puncher's chance, I like to say around here, never want to count anyone out. Nothing's ever a guarantee. So maybe you do want to sprinkle a little something in on my Ecuadorian friend here because he's a dog. Don't get it twisted. He's got a lot of octagon experience with, those 37 years of life with 11-4 record, coming off a loss most recently. But before that, all things were looking good. It was against Arinya Nakamura. So fortunately, the profile, everything, all the threats that Josias is going to pose in there, kind of similar to what he just saw. Maybe he can go in to make those adjustments, but I'm not going to bet against the heavy favorite here in Josias Musasa. But we've seen crazier things. We've seen heavier favorites lose in the UFC before. So again, bet responsibly, y'all. And if you do it on DraftKings or the underdog. Right back at you, brother. Oh, we got some action in the chat here.
Let's go. Trick a D saying Mufasa is gonna get stampeded. Sad face. You must be talking about the Lion King because there's no way you're talking about this fight, my friend. I just don't think like Carlos Vera. Look. I watched that season of Tough. We watched that season of Tough. We may or may not have done episodes on that season of Tough, if I remember correct. And this guy's slick. Make no mistake about it. He is slick. The way that he moves in and out, like his range management, the way that he throws kicks. He's got nice side kicks, real snappy. But not a lot of power in the stuff that he throws. And the guy standing across from him, his nickname is the fucking KO Wizard, bro. So like, come on. What do you think that means? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the guy is a freaking KO Wizard. Why do they call him that, though? Why do they call him that? Oh, because out of 8 wins and 8 fights, 7 of them are knockout wins. Folks, the guy goes out there and he's got kryptonite in his hands, his shoulders, knees and toes. He can hit you with anything and just turn the lights off in Georgia, folks. Mufasa, Defusa, Avera, got it. Yeah, whatever you said. I know you're drinking, and I'm hoping you're having a great time. Matua, Vera is a Ryan Hall student. The grappling is vicious. Leg attacks are in the tool bag. If it hits the floor, it's even and Vera edges. I have Vera in my parlay to win. Really? I wasn't impressed with his ground game on Tough. I mean, he looked slick. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Paquinho, I think
you never know.
He's good. And I know
Matua
like most
might
of
be
his
onto
wins
something.
are by submission, right? But Matua definitely might be onto something, right? Come on. 45% of his wins are by submission, another 45% by decision. I mean, if you want to really juice up those odds, you can go to DraftKings and do the method of victory double chance, and you can take him just straight out. Let's see here. Carlos Vera to win by submission or decision is plus 600 right now. Juicy odds.
Not too shabby. Yeah, not too shabby.
Juicy odds. And Cat Pakage, I will hit you with a follow after the show, my friend. You have my word. man, you have me second guessing my thoughts here, but no, I'm going to stick with it. Josias Musasa. And I am not betting at all on this fight. I am staying away from this like it is the bubonic plague. There's nothing that I want to do when it comes to betting on this fight. The odds are just too stacked in either direction, and that is usually just a volatile game to play, folks. So with that being said, we move into the bantamweight division again for about between Seungwoo and AJ Cunningham. Before I pass you the baton and let you take the lead on this one, Nano, brother, tell me that I'm crazy. AJ Cunningham is a character from Happy Days, right? Like, I feel like that's definitely a character from a sitcom.
The Savage, he certainly looks
Cunningham.
like one, doesn't he? I like it. AJ Cunningham, probably in a comic book of some sort, I can imagine. Before I go into my breakdown, the crossover MMA's in the chat. What up? Throwing crossovers out there for you. Go shout him out. Go check him out as well, y'all. He's the one. But yeah, and I would say with this one, man, this is a fun one. This is gonna be a fun matchup. Heavy favorite here in Seungwoo, aka Jiu-Jitsu. Hell of a name and hell of a performance so far here with this time in the road to UFC and now in the UFC. Just fought 3 months ago, so you might have heard the name, but you certainly got to get more familiar with the man. I think he does have a lot of talent, and he's going in against a tough guy. One might call him a savage in AJ Cunningham. But again, like I mentioned earlier in the night, man, I mean, when you're looking at these odds at minus 625, I guess maybe Matua has another trick up his sleeve. Be curious to hear if you got a case here for AJ Cunningham, but I don't see a lot of paths for victory for him when it comes to just breaking things down. I mean, he's coming off a loss against a Ludovic Klein, who's a beast. He lost via TKO to a Steven Nguyen about a year and a half ago. It's just not a lot of good signs, right? And let's not even get into the jiu-jitsu game when speaking about a Seungwoo, aka Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so I don't see it ending too well for AJ Cunningham, but I will be watching this fight. We'll be talking about Seungwoo for years to come, I believe. And talk to me. I mean, maybe we're on the same page here. Maybe we're back on Hive Mind, unless you like this big underdog. Talk to us, brother.
Man. Yeah, it seems as though we are back to being a little bit of a hive mind here. I think Hughes' superior grappling here should be able to negate the striking prowess of Cunningham that he brings to the table. I expect a unanimous decision or possibly like a late submission win from you. He's just really slick on the ground. Very, very grappling from you. Not you. He's very grappling centric. He's very, very smart with the grappling as well. And look, he's good, dude. He's really good. Matua said, I'm with Seungwoo. Question: when the odds are drastic like the Seungwoo fight, y'all tend to stay away from betting on it? We do. Unless we're throwing it in like a juicy parlay. I've been known to throw like a 3 or 7 leg parlay together that Amanda Nunes busted against Juliana Pena. Oh,
to this day.
To this day. I will cry about that till the end of my life. I could have bought a house. Oh man. Not in California, but I could have bought a house like in the Midwest probably. So yeah, we might have to put like a little parlay together. Like realistically, there's a couple of heavy favorites on here that you could probably pair together if you wanted to. Like let's see. Seungwoo, Josias Musasa. If you pair those two together, you get minus 323. You go ahead and throw Andre Lima on there. Now we're at minus 156. That's solid, right? You put one unit on it, you get 1.64 back. So again, easy translation. You put $100 on that, you get 164 back, $64.74 profit. It's not terrible. And then if you feel so inclined, you go a little bit further down and you throw somebody like a Diyar Nurgozhay on there, who's minus 375. Well, now we're playing with plus odds, right? So now we're at plus 108 on a 4-leg parlay. A little bit of volatility the more legs you add, obviously, to the parlay. But again, $100 on this one, you get $208.68 back. So you're making about $108.68 in profit off that $100 at that plus 108 rate. Quick nerd stuff, folks.
Solid.
That's how I would play it out. There's obviously other ways to do it. And for me, I feel like it's almost better to bet on 2 dogs that are low dogs in the plus 100, plus 200 range that you feel very confident in. Because then instead of playing with, plus 108 odds, you're playing with plus 1180 odds. And then, your $100 gets you $1,000 instead of $100 back. So, yeah, and I'll go over a 2-leg parlay if you stick around a little bit longer, folks. I do have one. It's a 2-dog pick parlay that I actually really like. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, including my co-host on one of these, but that's okay. It's what we're here for, folks. And with that being said, we move on in to the heavyweight division, folks. For a bout between Waldo, Cortes, Acosta, and Ryan Superman Spann. Now, Ryan Spann is somebody that I was very, very high on. I thought he was going to be a big dude in the light heavyweight division. Now he's a small dude in the heavyweight division. And it could never be more evident than it is now, going in against somebody like a Waldo, Cortes, Acosta, who stands across from him in this fight night. This is one of the closer ones out of all the ones on Tapology that have been picked by fans so far. Currently, out of over 1,150 people, 58% are leaning towards Costa, or Cortes Acosta. I am as well. I think Acosta is going to be able to go out there and get it done. Spann should look to be the quicker man, and he does have a really nice snappy jab. He just starts really slow, and that has just done him dirty in the past. I think this could be another one of those times where it does not do him any favors, right? Starting slow like that, you're leaving yourself open for a lot of onslaught in the early rounds, especially against somebody like Salsa Boy, who is going to be able to go out there and throw some heavy heat early on. Salsa Boy has also had a much better run thus far in his MMA career, only 1 loss so far. But man, it's tough. It's tough. Do I want to bet on this one? I'm not quite sure. If we look in the chat right now, crossover, spit and heat, Spann is really good value here moving up to heavyweight. Crossover, do you think he gets it done though against somebody like a Waldo, Cortes, Acosta? Because Acosta's only been taken to decision and lost 1 fight in his career. It's just, I think that's going to be tough for somebody like Spann to do, because we've seen Spann tire out before as well. But at heavyweight, that could be a different story. We're going to see one side of the spectrum here, right? We'll either see a heavier guy gas out sooner because he's carrying the extra weight, or we'll see a guy that didn't have to cut weight, and so he's just feeling real good, able to go through. So I don't know, man. Crossover says Spann has KO power and subs. He thinks he gets it done. You're thinking inside the distance. I mean, that's even better value prop. Nano, what are you thinking, man?
Interesting crossover. Now you got me second guessing here. Matua too? Matua as well? Y todo? Everybody's against me? What is going on here, man? I see you, okay? And that's a great breakdown by MMAnomaly. Props to you, my brother, because you make a good case, right? You lay it out for us to play it out. And maybe a good change of scenery would be good for our boy Ryan Spann, a.k.a. Superman. But he's going up against Salsa Boy. He's going up against Outranked. Oh, man, why you got to show the Superman tattoo? Come on, it's my soft spot. That's my favorite guy, too, okay? We all love Superman. And all jokes aside, Ryan Spann is just a man, okay? But is he the man with the plan? I don't know. I'll have to ask my guy Stan, because it's hard for me to pick this one. But I am going to lean the true heavyweight, who's bigger, and like the name indicates, Salsa Boy's got some good feet. Okay, he's got some good feet, some good head movement. He can box as well, and if he needs to mix it up, I mean, he could throw that weight around a little bit more, and can probably take more of those body shots and do some of the weather the storm that a Ryan Spann can deliver. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen him. Tapology, most places still have him as 205.5, which I'm like, he's only gaining half a pound, bulking up here into the lightweight. I highly doubt that. So until I see it on the scale, who knows? If he comes in, looks good, maybe beefed up a little bit, maybe he's eating some double doubles or some more burritos and I don't know, all that good stuff. Then elk meat, if he's a Joe Rogan fan, then maybe I'll change my tune. But I'm leaning the bed and favorite in Waldo. Cortes, Acosta, my salsa boy. Crossover. Spann is massive. He'll probably weigh in 235. Oof, okay. I'm taking salsa boy. That did make the hair on the back of my neck curl up a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm sticking to my guns. You got to go with your gut, y'all. That's maybe my one piece of advice. Just go with your gut. And I do like chips and salsa, so give me salsa boy.
Oh, man. Man. We are hive-minding out.
I might have to put a shot on this one. That's how confident I am in my boy. Salsa boy.
We're both putting a shot on salsa boy.
Let's go.
Both putting a shot on salsa boy. Let's go, folks. Let's go.
There it is.
You already know what it is, baby. You already know what it is.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, man. And with that being said, folks, you already know what time it is.
It's time
to move into this stacked main card, folks. We have a featherweight bout between Choi Seungwoo coming in against Gavin Vallejos. This guy is very, very fun. And if you watch the John Anik and Kenny Florian podcast, that's how he says his name. He says the V as a B, and it's just amazing. Gavin. Both of these guys are absolute studs, in my opinion. And this fight, I think, is going to be fireworks, man. I think this is one of those fights that everybody's sleeping on because neither guy, let's face it, is a household name. Most people would have to Google who these two gentlemen are, unfortunately. But, man, I feel like this one has all the things it needs to deliver absolute fireworks. Seungwoo Choi, Sting, is a bit of a downhill trajectory. Let's face it, right? He's 1-4 in his last 5. His opponent is 4-1 in his last 5. So make no mistake about it, Nano. El Chino, Kevin Vallejos, he is an absolute beast. I think he comes out here and probably gets it done inside the distance. And if I had to really bet money on it, I would say he's probably going to get it done by knockout, folks. If you look at this one on DraftKings right now, there's a reason he's minus 625. So definitely don't bet on him at those odds. But again, if you look down a little bit further in the odds list here on DraftKings Sportsbooks, you can see that you can get him to win by knockout at minus 175. So that might be a little bit of a better win for us. I don't know if I'm going to bet it, though. It's still not juicy enough for me to be that confident in it. And I know that means double take odds. So by KO or submission, which, let's face it, that's still volatile because if he doesn't win by KO, there's a 50-50 shot that he wins by submission or decision because that's typically what happens, right? 71% of his wins are by KO, 14% by sub, 14% by decision. So I'm going to stay away from this one from a betting perspective, but I do handily think that Kevin goes out there and gets it done via knockout inside the distance. Crossover said Choi is chinny, but a 7-inch reach disadvantage is tough for Vallejos. Vallejos is really good at getting inside of range, though. Like the way that he dips under shots and starts throwing, he's quick, man. He's very quick. But you're not wrong, man. A 7-inch reach disadvantage is tough. Every time I see a crazy reach or height disadvantage like that, I always think of the skyscraper, right? Stefan Struve and how everyone thought he was going to murder everybody out there, and it simply never happened. So, Nano, brother, who you got? And tell us why.
Yeah, I'm leaning with Kevin El Chino Vallejos in this one. I do feel really good about it. He's that Ben favorite for a reason. I think, like Crossover mentioned, Choi's a little bit chinny and unfortunately just on a bad streak. You know, you're constantly finding the best of the best here in the UFC, and it's just I'm not on the best end of it. We call it that. So split decisions, couple of knockouts as of most recent to our boy Steve Garcia, but I do think Kevin poses. I do think that our boy Kevin Vallejos also poses a lot of threats. Man, he's gonna be coming in 9 years younger than his opponent, and he's explosive. He had a really good debut on the Dana White Contender Series, where he showed his durability to fight a long, lengthy opponent, take the fight deep, and then get the knockout in mid second, third round, wherever it was. So he carries that power. At 7 inches is a lot, but he's going to want to be applying pressure, chopping at the legs. He's going to want to get inside, and he's going to aggressively find his victory. He's going to find a path to victory and keep it out of the judges' scorecard. So I do like the under 2.5, or maybe even under 1.5 at plus. Or wait, no, excuse me, wrong odds.
Like,
plus 120. Whoa. I know.
Under 1.5.
Don't be crazy. He comes out guns blazing. He's not going to want to sit there and lollygag. But he's fast. He's really, really explosive. So I expect him to go in there and take care of business.
Like I said, under 1.5. I was like,
come on, don't be crazy.
Oh, man. And just jumping in the chat real quick, we got Futbucker in here. I'm glad Giuliano Argenti called you guys a horrible channel and not to watch you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't have found you all and liked your channel. Keep it up. Dude, we appreciate you, Futbucker, and we love the name and display picture there, brother. That was a fantastic episode of JRE. Giuliano Argenti was bashing your channel yesterday, but he's wrong. I like this channel, liked and subbed. Hey, let's go. We appreciate
my man.
My man.
There we go, Joe. Appreciate you.
Love it. The display name. I realized what it was after I said it. That was amazing.
Oh yeah. Like Fuddruckers almost. There we go. Yep.
Like Fuddruckers almost. That's so good. Moving into the next fight, we have a light heavyweight bout between Diyar Nurgozhay coming in against Brendson Ribeiro, which is a very fun name to say, right? Brendson Ribeiro. But when it comes to how this fight's going to go, I just don't know if Brendson Ribeiro is going to have what it takes to get it done, folks. He's going to have the cards and the deck heavily stacked against him in this one. I think Diyar is the better fighter, but he's the less proven fighter, right? He's 10-0, which is great in its own right. But who has he fought? Right? Like, he's only had one win in the Contender Series. He has not fought in the UFC yet. Meanwhile, standing across from him in Brendson Ribeiro, this guy has fought in the UFC 3 times. Granted, he's lost 2 out of 3 of those, but he also beat Caio Machado. He fought a Magomed Gadzhimbarshayev. He fought Mingyang Zhang, right? Like, Zhang is an absolute beast. Okay? We got someone invoking a drink in the chat. Nano's under the weather, so we're not going to make him do a shot. He's going to instead drink his little Capri Sun or whatever it is he's got in hand. There we go. Oh, we got a LaCroix now. What a classy boy with the.
I chugged the Capri Sun.
Boy.
Not enough in there, so now it's LaCroix time.
There's never enough. They need to make an adult Capri Sun, like a Capri Sun in a can or something.
There we go. Yep. More
we might be
fluid
onto
ounces
there,
there,
folks.
I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying?
$1 million idea.
Cheers, folks. If you drink, raise one up with us. If you don't, raise up a glass of water or a LaCroix. You know how it is. Whatever you drink, we want to make sure that you're enjoying that. And either way, we appreciate you for being here. So this is for you all. Cheers. Boom, baby. So yeah, as I was saying, he's beaten a Caio Machado, but is it going to be enough? Do we think that Nurgozhay is going to come in here and feel the pressure of the bright lights, Nano? Is that what we think? Or do we think that this man is going to come out here and just continue being the stud that he's proven to be thus far in mixed martial arts? Because, man, I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm kind of leaning not only towards that, but I'm leaning towards the man coming out here and getting it done via finish over Brendson Ribeiro. Am I being a crazy guy right now, or are we still hive-minding right now, brother?
Come on, don't be crazy. No, you sound good, brother. I think we're back on track here now. I think you're back on the hype train, man. And a part of me is biased a little bit. I see an undefeated guy. I kind of pique my interest a little bit more. And when you break it down, when you break his film down and what he brings to the fight, he poses a lot of threats. He's durable. He's smart. He applies the pressure. And with someone, well, you mentioned it when it comes to the bright lights. Is he gonna be able to step up to the plate? He's a gamer. Like he shows that the kind of aggressive mentality and has a little bit of that swagger, a little bit of aura, some moxie. Any adjective to say he's got that it factor. And so I do feel that, you know, it's partially him stepping up to the plate and proven to be a guy, but also, you know, Brendson, Ribeiro over here, the gorilla, unfortunately just, you know, has some blemishes, right? I mean, he's 16-7. So I think the record obviously indicates, even though he has a lot of octagon experience, he doesn't always step up in the biggest moments, or, you know, maybe overexerts, or just gets caught. You know, I mean, these things happen when you're these big boys. So I'll take the more technical guy that has the better, well-rounded game. That is obviously the Ben favorite as well. You know, Brendson doesn't give me a lot of faith to, you know, assume he's going to beat Vegas and go against the odds, literally. So I am leaning that direction here. But before I carry on, we do got Cat Pat Kage, or how'd you say it earlier? Is it I want to say Cat Pat Cage, but please let me know the enunciation there.
I always say Cat Pat Kage because I watched Naruto growing up, and like I got the Naruto tattoo, and you know, Hokage, Kazekage.
Okay.
Renekage, like so.
Nice. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, that makes sense.
Cat Kage. But yeah, it might be Cage. I don't know. Let us know.
You're probably right.
Please, let us know.
I mean, $1 million question, but I think you're onto something there. We'll be drinking, and as soon as I seen him come back here, I just thought that we got to insert the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. Oh man. And thank you, Miss Mayor, for taking care of the guys here. Stay hydrated. We will do our best. We will. Cheers to that.
Absolutely. Oh, man. I be drinking. We be drinking too, Kapekage. We also be drinking. We really do be drinking.
I've been drinking.
Look, I've honestly just been... I've been drinking watermelon.
Watermelon.
I've been trying to get through these fights. Just so I could get to this fight. No. Just so I could get to this fight.
Here we go. Main card central now.
I hate the Cat Pat Kage told us to drink right before this fight because I was already planning on doing a shot for this one. Man. Damon Blackshear coming in against Cody Gibson, the Renegade, in the bantamweight division. No. I'm going to let you go first. Because I don't want to tempt you. I don't want to sway you. And I know that we're opposing forces on it. I got a feeling.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I mean, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'll keep plenty of meat on the bone for you. I'm leaning with Matua here as well. You see him in the chat. Blackshear. Damon is the man, okay? That is the guy. That is the man. It is his time. And as much as I love Cody Gibson, the Renegade, okay? But unfortunately, the Renegade is over, all right? I know. 37 years old. We saw what his experiences were on The Ultimate Fighter. The man's got injuries. The man's been through the ringer. He's 21-10. Not the best record, even though Damon coming in with 15-7. Both of them have had 2 losses in the last couple of years. So I'm gonna trust the younger guy and my boy Damon, the monster, who's coming in 7 years younger, still approaching his prime. I think he's learned from his mistakes and still has a lot of tread on those tires, man. I think he's a fine way to get it done. And he's a violent son of a gun. He's going to attack the legs. He can grapple as well. Cody Gibson, man, he's tough as nails. And I think if it gets later on in the fight, there's a chance Cody's going to find a path to victory. But I don't see that happening. I do think that Damon is going to get it done. Now, as I kind of jump back and forth on the fence there, I know you're probably leaning the Renegade, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Well, talk to the people, man. Give them what they want.
Oh, yeah. For the Renegade.
Oh, here we go. Wet the whistle, huh?
Okay. I mean, I've chatted with this guy after his last loss. He's a nice dude. He's a great dude. He's an even better fighter. When it comes to Cody Gibson, the Renegade, I would tell you that this is one of the more well-rounded fighters in the entirety of the UFC. And I know that he's got, not necessarily the most shiny and illustrious record that we've ever seen. Okay. And I know Matua Wait, where's it at? Where's it at? There we go. Damon is from the South. Yeah, dude, I'm from the South too. Born in Florida, raised in Louisiana. You hear me? Let's go, baby. Cody is under 500 record. Don't you call him a 500 fighter. Don't do that. We don't love that. But I do love his fight style. I do love the grit. I do love the tenacity. And I do love that he's on a 2-fight win streak right now, coming off of a round 1 arm triangle win over Brian Boom Kelleher and Chad Anhelager via unanimous decision here. The man has just started to really put it together, and his only 2 losses since making it back into the UFC, Nano, looking at you, Nano, okay, are against a Miles El Chapo Johns and Brad Cachoeria. So look, dude, I'm hard pressed. I'm hard pressed to pick against my guy. So I will be doing a straight bet on this one. I will be doing a straight bet on this one. All right. I'm going to do I want to do a half unit or a full unit on? He's plus 380 right now. I got to do a full unit on this one. We're doing it. Yeah, we're doing a full unit on this one. And then the other part of the parlay is going to come in the next fight. Now, how do I think he gets it done? Right? I think he gets it done via decision. I think he's going to grind out his opponent in this one, Nano. Damon is a very, very strong opponent. He has threats on the feet. He has threats on the ground, right? He got that twister win. I tip my hat, bro. It was beautiful. Okay, it was beautiful. But Matua, I hate when you're right. You know that, my friend? I hate when you're right. I really hope we see you in Vegas for International Fight Week this year. Buy you a shot. Keller hasn't had a win in years, though. Olin is picking with his heart. My friend, I always do. But luckily, my heart is right more often than it's wrong. But I will tell you, if I picked with my brain, I'd probably be a little bit more rich. Luckily, we typically finish the year up units. But, you know, we might finish up more units if I learn to just kind of just push that down a little bit. Oh, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, folks. We're gonna do a 2-leg parlay here, and this is leg 1 of it, plus 380. I think he gets it done not inside the distance. I think he gets it done by decision. I think he tires out Damon Blackshear. I think he shoots takedowns early and often, Nano, and I don't think he stops when he doesn't get the takedown. Unlike a lot of people that Damon has faced, when they get a takedown attempt stuffed, they stop. Cody Gibson is a really good chain wrestler. And I think that's going to be the differentiator here, the chain wrestling. And I also think that his outside shots, he's able to throw these like weird wonky hooks, the way that he throws them. And I know it might fall upon deaf ears for the younger audience. And it even for the people that know who I'm talking about, they might be like, what the fuck is Olin talking about? He hasn't even done this shot yet. And he's speaking nonsense. But I think the way that he throws strikes, it reminds me of a Chuck Liddell, but like a much lighter, more compact version, obviously. Like he just throws from weird angles. Like he's walking towards you with his hands down and just ha ha. And it's weird and it's off-putting and it's weird, man. So I love it. I love it. I just freaking love it, my friend. We got Capitan Rafucho in the building right now, folks. And more importantly, we got Lane in the building.
Lane, bringing the pain.
Stay in your lane. This is your lane, my friend. We hope you stay here. We always love seeing you in the chat. Lane bringing the pain, Nano said. Love that. Cat Pakage just joined us on YouTube, and we appreciate the hell out of that.
Ooh, love it, love it.
Said you can't get rid of me. Drinks. Oh, I mean, we poured one up for you. I said I was going to do one for this fight. Let's go. Let's
Salud.
go. Oh, folks, again, we say, you know what? I've done this cheers on the show before, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Here's to lying, cheating, and stealing. If you lie, may you lie next to a loved one. If you cheat, may you cheat death. And if you steal, may you steal from the Vegas bookies when you get your picks right on these fights, folks. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. And cheers to keeping on going and keeping on growing.
Salud. Let's go. Atta boy. That's a great one. I'm stealing that one.
Let's go, kid. We got to clip that. Can somebody clip that? Somebody clip that, please. If not, Nano, can you just send me the timestamp on that? Because I will inevitably forget.
I got you.
Oh,
right
man.
at the hour mark.
So yeah, we're opposing forces on this one. We'll have to put a shot on this one next week. Damon Blackshear versus Cody Gibson. Lock it in, folks. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Go ahead and place your bets. Get it locked in. And we're going ahead and moving on into the next fight, which of course takes place between a man that I really love watching fight and a man that I really love watching lose fights. So we have a lightweight bout between Alexander Hernandez and Kurt the Hurt Halapa. Oh my goodness. I cannot freaking wait. I cannot wait. Vallejos, yo, right back at you, my friend. Always happy to see you here as well. Lane, my kind of channel. We do shots for any reason. Bro, facts. It's not the last one we'll do tonight. We'll probably do another one or two of those at least, my friend. You just let us know when. We have 3 more fights left. Yeah, we still got at least 1 or 2 left in us. So with that being said, we move on. This Alexander Hernandez fight. I mean, I don't know if you remember, Nano, but a while back, he was talking about, I'm going to send you packing back on your horse and put a feather in your cap, cowboy. And then Cowboy made him look like he didn't even want to be in the same octagon as him, okay? Dude, give me Kurt the Hurt Halapa. And you're giving me him at dog odds here, folks? Come on. Plus 170? Oh, my God. Lock it in. Oh, lock it in. Folks. I'm going to play the money thing too much. Because why? Yeah, we're putting 3 units on him. We got to do it. Okay, Kurt the Hurt Halapa. You better Halapa, youngin. Woo, woo. Halapa. Woo, woo. I say Halapa, youngin. That might be too old, too old for our listeners. But that's okay. We still love you guys. If you haven't heard that one, Shazam it or whatever the kids are doing today to find songs. It's called Holla Back. It's a good one. It's a banker. A bop, as the kids say. Dude, plus 170 odds, plus 380 on Cody Gibson. You pair those two together, Nano, and oh my God. If the camera was angled lower, you would see that my nipples are hard right now. Plus 1196 on these odds, brother. Plus 1196. I'm putting 2 units on it, Nano. Feeling
there he is.
Bullish, bro. Feeling a little bit bullish. This is why we do the shots before we place the bets. Oh, I'm feeling good. It's look, to put it into perspective, right? All right. If your units are $100, if you put $100 on this 2-leg parlay, it's just 2 legs. I got 2 legs. You got 2 legs. This parlay also has 2 legs, folks. Come on. You come for the bets. You stay for the bad jokes. I know. It's okay. Look, if your units are 100 and you just put 1 unit on it, you'd get $1,296 back. So if your units are 200 and you put 2 units on it, you get $2,592 back. So folks, whatever your unit size is, I don't care. It could be 50 cents. It can be $1. It can be $50. It can be $5. That's why we talk about units as units versus dollars, because we don't want anybody to feel like either they're too much of a degenerate or they're not degenerate enough to keep up with us, right? We want this to be an all-inclusive show. So let's hit it, baby. We're going to go ahead and we're going to nail it down. We're putting 2 units on this one. I'm feeling pretty freaking bullish on it, Nano. I'll be honest with you. I like Kurt in this one, and I'll be honest. There's a part of me that just wants to open the tab and just look at Kurt by finish, but I'm not going to do it. Nano, who do you have, man? And tell me, am I sipping the crazy man Kool-Aid here with Kurt the Hurt?
Not at all. I mean, the only thing that scares me, man, is the age. I know age is just a number, and it's one of those things where you got to go with your gut, as always. But I do have a feeling that, the Alexander Hernandez, I think the great is yet to come, still right at 32 years old, man, at his best in his, younger days, he beat Beneil Dariush back in 2018 and Alex Hernandez. he squared off and beat an Olivier Albun Mercier. Throwback name, hell of a fighter.
The Canadian gangster.
Gangster indeed. Still. Then Donald Cerrone, the cowboy, comes out here and rattles the cattle. And then from there, it has been up and down, right? But those are some big names, right? A Drew Dober, a Thiago Moises, a Renato Moicano, the Manny Moicano. That's before he was Manny Moicano. He was just Renato. But now, and then don't even get me started. Billy Q, Jim Effin Miller, Damon Action Jackson, my brother. I mean, what do I need to cut it off? And I saved the best for last because it is his most recent win, and it was against another the Ultimate Fighter contestant all in the same season. I hate to burst the bubble, but that ain't looking good, man. MMA math is a math in here, okay? I see why Vegas has Alexander Hernandez as the favorite, but I'm rooting for you, my brother. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm betting on Alexander Hernandez. I'm not. But Lord knows I like a good underdog. And Kurt, holla back now. Woo, woo. You know I'm riding with you, man. I'm right there with you, brother. Let's go. Let's go. Till the wheels fall off, baby.
Till the wheels fall off is right, my friend. Yeah, I like Kurt in this one. Dude, I know you're rocking with your guy, but
oh yeah. I mean, listen, man, I see why Vegas put Alexander in there. I mean, he's younger, he's been against everyone, but Kurt's still got that power. He still can go out there and mess some dudes up. And Alexander, I mean, he makes mistakes, man. And Kurt can capitalize.
Hold on, I gotta address this. Vallejos. No. I said we're not telling you what our units are. For all you know, our units could be $5. It could be $1. It could be 50 cents. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you do $100, I'm putting it into easy math scale, right? And I can do it at $1 scale if you'd rather that, if that's better. But yeah, no, nobody is cheap and nobody is rich. Everybody is just a fucking degenerate MMA gambler, just like us, folks, just like us.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
And these are weekly cards we're talking about here. I mean, $10 a week, that's $40 a month. I mean, come on, if you're really, no need to feel cheap, my brother.
And we're not just doing a unit a card either.
I would say 10 is valid. Vallejos. You're Vallejos in that. You're all good.
Yeah. It's a Vallejos validation if I've ever freaking heard one, my friend. If I've ever heard one.
Well said.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go through some of these other chats here. Captain Rafucho said, my two of Valdezi, Trigger, calling them all out. Capitan Rafucho.
Big Raf.
I always love seeing you in the chat, my friend.
Rafucho. I love it.
In the building.
Let's go.
Trigger said, I got 3. Ooh. Kapakage said, you say shots. Buy it. Let's go. When I make that trip, you come down south. Dude, Valdezi, we all need to get together, brother. I need to fly out and see you and Esther. Oh my gosh!
Oh, speaking of, did you see that or was that?
Oh my gosh! I swear to God, I didn't see that. I didn't even see that.
We got the big dog in the house.
I didn't even see you, bro.
See you, man.
I didn't even have to see you, man. I didn't even have to see you.
I got a cage, man.
And that dog's out of his cage. In the building. Oh man.
Ooh.
Let's just give this man a round of applause. S-Dogs MMA Talk, folks. If you're not already subscribed to S-Dogs MMA Talk, make sure you go over there, drop a like, a comment, a subscribe. Definitely drop a comment on his latest video. That live stream was absolutely epic. Dude, you were doing nasty work today. Might I just say, you were doing God's work, my friend. It was again, I think it was my favorite S-Dogs MMA stream I've ever seen. And it's crazy because you did it by yourself, bro. Like it was great work. Carrying the show, great chat work in there, and dude, love to see you and your energy just putting out over there, brother. Salute to
hell freaking yeah, we love it.
And with that being said, you actually couldn't have came at a better time, S-Dogs MMA Talk, because we did an internet handshake deal here on this very next fight. It's the co-main event of the evening. It's coming into the welterweight division, folks. Chitty chitty bang bang in Chukwuani, coming in against Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos. Folks, that's how they say it in Brazil. Dos Santos. So I know we always say Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos, but it's dos Santos. So the dude's nickname is Cachoeira, which is literally a style of mixed martial arts. Have you ever played Tekken, Nano?
Oh yeah. I think it was like Tekken 4 or 5 when I was playing back in that time. Back
You
in
ever
my
got your
day.
ass kicked by Eddie Gordo?
I mean, I got kicked
Dancer?
I got my butt kicked by everybody. So probably.
The Jamaican-looking dancer that break dances.
Oh,
with your
okay.
ass.
Yep, I do remember that guy now. Yep.
Yep. You remember that? That's literally an actual martial arts style called capoeira.
Ooh.
They did a show on National Geographic called Fight Science about 10, maybe 15 years ago. And they got martial artists from around the world that had black belts or somewhere around there in various different forms of martial arts. They had a Taekwondo guy, they had a Muay Thai guy, they had a capoeira guy. Fun fact, the capoeira guy that they had was the guy that they based the character Eddie Gordo on.
I mean, that makes sense. I guess I had to draw inspiration from somewhere. I love it.
Now, this is where it gets fun, buddy. They had them all throw kicks on a pressure sensor that was connected to a bag. And this guy did 2,700 pounds of pressure. More than any other martial artist that they had on the show. And they had him do it on a moving platform. And he still generated like 1,800 pounds of pressure, if I remember correct. On a platform that was like doing this.
Insane.
Brother.
That would take my head off.
All that to say that Mr. Sanch, his nickname is Capoeira. And there's a reason that he is the favorite. S-Dog said 5 shots for Olin's, 1 shot for me. That was the bet that you made. I don't know if I agreed to that. But
Did that
you know
say
what?
that?
But I mean, did I? Let me see. No, but with all due respect, he did this weird thing where he like locked eyes on the camera. He's like, look, Olin, look. So I'm just gonna do this. Man, S-Dogs. Why don't you look at me when I tell you that Dos Santos, he's gonna win this fight? Okay, Capoeira is gonna get it done, and he's gonna make it a nasty fight for your boy. Okay, I'm holding back tears. I'm already crying for your boy's funeral right now. Okay, it's going down in the Octagon on Saturday, and it's going down on your live stream following that when you do 1 shot, and I watch you. Let's go, Dos Santos. Don't break eye contact, because I am here, and I am coming.
Oh my gosh, my eyes would burn.
Woo!
Attaboy. Attaboy. That was rather intimidating. I know that. Oh, we got some action here. Vallejos in the heezy. I'm hoping I can do S-Dog strength.
Vallejos, smash the likes. Tell the homies, let's get those subs and likes.
Much appreciated.
Yeah?
You know what to do.
Vallejos. S-Dogs MMA Talk, Cat Pat Kage. I'm thinking late summer, brother. Had 4 fights in the last 18 months. Man, that's good. You need to take a break. Let the body heal a little bit. You also don't want to do too many weight cuts back to back like that either, my friend. End of the year with a W. That's right, my friend. Maybe one before the end of the year. Just slap the fook out of that like. LOL, I'm crying. Let's go. 5 shots is 1 for Anomaly. You're not wrong. That's why they call me the Anomaly. Oh, man. Cat Pat Kage with the beer. My friend. I'll do another shot by the end of the show for sure. Valdezi. I'm hoping I can do S-Dog's strength and conditioning work at CAD. Let's go. Trigger D, brother, that's him warming up. You already know what it is, baby. You already know what it is. Cat Pat Kage, I get down to 125 and I train for my debut in 2026. Let's go. Dude,
Here we go.
More about that.
Absolutely.
Let us know when you're having that debut. We'll definitely shout you out on the show. We'll have you on for an interview beforehand. Matua Chitty wore a beater and a bubble vest to the press conference. Chitty winning. Dang. Trigger D said he's going to see us at the top. You're damn right. I'll see you at the top. The eye contact. It's there all day, baby. Eye contact is always locked in. I hope you were locked in. I was locked in. I don't know if Mary sent you the picture of me watching you on the phone. I was locked in, bro. Combat Sports Today. Get with all the air horns, folks.
We out here.
Make sure
we
you're already
outside.
subscribe to their channel. Combat Sports Today. CST. You already know what it is, folks. S-Dogs.
You know what to do.
All the legends in the chat. Brother, let's
For
go.
real. Shout out the chat.
Let's go. The chat is going crazy tonight. Osterberries. Ayo, shout out the chat. Big up S-Dogs, Trigger, Valadizi. Shout out to the panel. Olin, Jive Turkey. What is up?
Osterberry.
Bro, we've been live for just a little over an hour, and I swear for at least an hour and 10 minutes, I've been thinking the whole time.
Where are you?
Just wondering where you were this whole time, Osterberries. I'm so happy to see you, my friend. So happy you were able to make it in the live chat. Can't wait for the pad work with Anomaly. Dude, I can't wait for the pad work with you,
He's
Eric.
great. He's
about
great
to
on the
be
pads.
sick.
Valadizi. I can validate. He is great on the pads, my brother. It'll be
I
a good
literally just
sesh.
started working out again, bro. I'm getting ready, baby. I'm getting ready.
Ooh, sharpening up a little bit. I see you.
Is Nano faded? Nah, dude. Only on days
Oh,
that end in
what?
Y,
Come on,
brother.
man. It's my glaucoma, man. Got allergies,
It's
man.
my, it's my glaucoma,
Come
man.
on, man. Knock it off, man. Come on.
Oh, jeez.
Talking crazy, man.
Is Nano crazy?
Come on, don't be crazy.
No, come on. He's not faded. Oh man, he said he's been at work. He's been at work. Came out for a brew. My guy, let's go.
Cheers to that, my brother. There we go.
And yeah, dude, Nano's never faded unless, like I said, unless it's a day that ends in Y. That's like pretty much the only time. Nano,
Yeah.
you got to tell the people who you got, my friend. Paul Krieg. I don't even know why you said that, but I just had to read it. Paul Krieg.
That was the same. Well, I always
My guy.
root for Paul Craig,
My
but
guy.
not an option in this fight, unfortunately.
You got Chitty or you got Alessio?
Oh, man.
Desange.
As much as I do like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, partially for the name and the fact that he is on a 2-fight win streak here as of recent, all things are coming together for him. But, man, this guy, Eliseo, man, why am I confused on his name now? I'm just call him Easy Does It.
Zaleski.
Eliseo Zaleski.
Just call him Dosange.
Mr. Cachoeria. I think how do you bet against the Cachoeria, right? I mean, you can really put me on game with that. The more I looked into it, the more I thought about Tekken, the way you served it up. I mean, it's hard for me to bet against him. And really, his last outing, man, really proved it for me. I usually don't like the older fighters, but both these guys only a 2-year difference, so it's about a wash at this point, at this stage in their career. But what this guy did just a few months ago to a Zach Rogan, I mean, to a guy that was undefeated as well, for that matter, absolutely whooped his booty. Dude still has a lot of power. He's tough and he's extremely skilled. And I don't think Chitty, if it gets into a firefight, he doesn't really want to take it to the ground because Mr. Dos Santos has that jiu-jitsu in his game as well. So I'm liking it. I'm liking the Ben favorite here. Why the heck not? I mean, throw it in. I got to put my money where my mouth is. So this would be probably something I would bet on. Put a little sprinkle, because I am that confident in Mr. Dos Santos.
A little Dosange action, baby. You know we love to see it. Oh, man. This is actually going to be a really good fight. Now, the next fight is obviously the main event here, folks. And it's one that is something that it's an interesting fight to me because it is a rematch, right? But when did the last fight happen? Well, it happened all the way back in 2023, which was only 2 years ago, but feels like a lifetime ago for Roman Dolidze, right? He's had 3 fights. Meanwhile, Marvin Vettori, I mean, he's not really been able to be as active, right? He has only really had 2 fights since then, which again, it's one less fight, but it's also 33.3% less fights, which is significant when you think about it, folks. Sorry, I told myself I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. I'm about to jump into my fucking break there. No. Tell the
I love it,
people
brother.
who you have in this fight between Marvin, Vettori, and Roman Dolidze in the main event. Who you got?
I love it, brother. No, I know you're chomping at the bit. I'll keep it short and sweet here, man, because as much as I do like Marvin Vettori, the Italian dream, who seems to be maybe the slight Ben favorite at this point, he scares me. He's 31 years old. I think he's still, going to continue to get better. He had his Icarus effect in a way, right? Fighting for the title against our Israel Adesanya, ranked. He does all the right things. He's a tough guy, especially when you watch what they did in their last matchup against each other. But man, there's something about this Roman Dolidze, right? This Caucasian, and again, I'm talking about his nickname. Don't get offended. This represent Georgia. And maybe I should have started off there because something's in the water over there at Georgia. They're absolutely cooking up some elite of the elite championship level fighters. And Roman Dolidze, man, he's on a 2-fight win streak. And even that last loss against the Nasruddin Imavov was extremely close. It was extremely competitive and really fun. And now you see where Nasruddin is. He's at the top, right? He's going up there, man. Now, I know in that last matchup, Roman did lose to Marvin. So I mentioned it briefly. I won't say too much about it, but a lot can change, man. I just think Roman's trending in the right direction. With that being said, I'll dish it off to the one, the only MMAnomaly to break it down, get into the weeds here, let the people know how you're feeling about it. And looks like we got some new people here in the chat as well. What up, Andrew Nance? We see you.
Let's go. It's always a pleasure to see you in the chat, my friend. Sup, pimps? Dude, the only pimp in the chat is you, my friend. Fuck you, Oster Paris. This fucking guy.
Too soon.
I was crying about that before the live. I literally was crying about that with Nano before the live. I felt so bad.
I felt bad for you.
We made it to UFC 313. We had great seats. And no, dude, Andrew, we didn't mean new to the channel. We meant new to the chat tonight, my friend. Brother, we would never disrespect you like that. Come on, we know better. We know better.
About the Nance. Come on now.
You out here throwing fucking heat usually.
Come on, Andy. Quit playing with us.
Yeah,
oh, there we go. Like that last chat as well there. OG.
Rips. We already love that. We love that, baby. I don't have that in the room, but I have this guy. It's close enough. It's the same. It's the same but different. It's two different strains, and we're lighting them both up. Here we go.
But still same. Different, but still same. Speaking of that, S-Dog reminded again with the sparking. We got to get the Lil Wayne kind of rip of the lighter. That'd be a good little add to the.
That'd be a good soundbite.
Yep.
That's Jamie, a little ASMR whiskey pour.
Ooh.
Cheers, folks. If you drink, raise one up with us. If you don't, raise up a glass of water. Either way, stay hydrated, folks. Stay subscribed. Smash the bell for notifications. And if you're down with the boy, maybe raise up the LaCroix. Either way, we appreciate you. Cheers.
Oster Bear raising a cup of tea. See, that's what I'm talking about. Andrew Nance bowl in the air. There we go. Diversity. Just raise something up. It's all about just the. It's about the camaraderie.
Raise it up in the air, baby. Raise it up in the air. Olin to G. You already know what it is, baby. You already know what it is. Mom ain't raised no bitch. You already know what it is. Folks, we're opposing forces on this one. Hey, Osterberries, can you ask Jordan if I say all my picks here, do they count in the does that count for the Underdogs League? Can you just ask Jordan if that counts? Does that count as me submitting my picks, Osterberries? Maybe. Oh, please, God, don't send him that clip. He's gonna get so upset with me. But I am going to submit my picks literally after weigh-ins, and I kid you not, while having dinner, before I even got on with Nano and started crying about not making my picks last week, I was crying with my significant other about making my picks. To which I literally heard her, Nano, as I was walking in the room with the bottle of whiskey and the shot glass to get ready for the night. I heard her setting an Alexa reminder. She's like, Alexa, can you set a reminder for every Friday at 5 p.m.? She's like, like, sure. What's the reminder? Underdog picks, please.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. And shout out Alexa and shout out Mary. That's amazing.
All right, good job, champ.
You already know
Absolutely.
what it is.
That's the real
You
champ.
already know what it is.
That's the GOAT.
What is this word? Meraviglioso Marvin Vettori. How did I read that?
Dude, yeah,
I just
whoa.
blew my own mind.
Whoa.
Did I say that right?
You did, I think. Meraviglioso. Dude, I think you were possessed there for a little bit. You were
I
out
was
of body.
Out of body experience, bro. Meraviglioso Marvin Vettori. My hands like
The Guardian Leviosa.
It
It was like one of
You
those.
couldn't see my hands because they were like down at my waist, but I was like the whole time.
It's a
Yeah,
Harry
no
Potter
idea.
spell.
It sounded like one. By the way, good to chat with you on the stream, Osterberry. Vallejos. I love seeing people chat in the stream. It's the best.
Little cross stream going on there. I like it.
Vallejos. Man, was a blast, bro. I drop on every bow, on every now and again. It's always fun. I feel like you guys are throwing typos in just to like try and fuck with me here. Finally, the drink hit, Olin. Bro,
There we go.
it wasn't the. I mean, if anything, I think it did me a favor with that. I don't think Sober Olin could read that word.
That's fair.
I think I would
Wow,
have
they rolled off
been
the
like
tongue.
Miraviglio. Like I would have literally been just, yeah, I would have been having trouble. But as Andrew Nance said, I was buzzing right on through that word, baby. Oh man, this fight card is. I'm gonna be honest here. Scale of 1 to 10, this is a 25. This is probably one of the best fight cards in the UFC history of the UFC history that I've ever seen. Okay, it's stacked top to bottom. If you disagree, then you're probably a bitch. This is a great card.
Well said.
And that's as long as I can tell a lie. That was a complete lie. This is like 5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. But that's preemptively, right? Postemptively, this is probably going to end up being a 9 out of 10 card or an 8 out of 10 card. I'm being honest with you guys. I see a high probability of finishes here for a majority of these fights. I think Nano said under 1.5, and I think I peed a little bit. So, but I think under 2.5 is probably a safe bet on a lot of these fights. And it's crazy because there's not a lot of flyweight fights here. Right? There's a women's flyweight fight and there's a men's flyweight fight. And I think that's pretty much it for the little folks, right? Dryden said, hey girls, what's your goat milk percentage? I have actually never really had goat milk in my life. But I love the good old fashioned stuff from Cal's. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go 1%, I would think.
I think we're hitting a goat milk spam here. Ed Boy said, yo, what's your goat milk percentage? Robert Hernandez. Bro, did you get your goat milk picks in yet? Fuck. Did I forget to do my goat milk picks too? It was a rough week for your boy. You know, driving to Vegas, going to UFC 313.
That's a fair
Sacrifices had to be made. You know, no underdog picks. Obviously, no goat milk picks.
Hasbullah,
We made a
though.
mistake. We made a mistake.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Definitely made a mistake there. I mean, everybody's so curious about the goat milk percentage. I don't know. They might be talking to you, Nano.
I mean, I'm not a 2% guy. It's too heavy. You know, I got to think about those things. So maybe 1% would be my personal opinion. That's all right. I land in the middle. Can't go 0%.
I'm a 2% guy.
Can't go 100% either. That's just crazy.
Come on, bro. Did you say 100% milk?
Come on, don't be crazy.
They're posing the question. I'm thinking about it. I'm interpreting it. Chama.
Cat Kage said the Chama never worked. Sad. You're right. The Chama did not work. I was there. And I was saying no Chama. Yeah. Dryden said, you're lying. I'm 62% tell the truth. 62% of the time, I think you're telling lies all the time. But
yeah,
I'm happy to have you in the chat, my friend.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. You guys got your goat milk picks in. Yeah, we did. Sonochi sanction. We did it.
Great name.
Osterberries. Is goat milk Dana's dope word for JPJ's voice?
If that's the case, I'll take 10 of them.
Oh man. If that's the case, then hold on. Let me scroll up to the very first question here. Let's see here. Dryden, I believe. Yeah, Dryden asked it. So if that's the question you're asking, 1 picogram. 1 picogram. That's my goat milk percentage. I do 1 picogram of goat milks.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean the goat milk stuff is definitely odd. I'm too high for this. What the fuck is happening? I'm not really sure. A lot of goat milk. About to get on y'all's level with the amount of liquor here. Let's go, Dolidze. Love to see that. You made it to your destination, I feel. Jeffrey James. Who did you pick then? Who did I pick? I picked Roman Dolidze. I think Roman Dolidze has learned more throughout the course of the last few fights here. And honestly, he was doing really well in that original fight. I just think Marvin Vettori has been inactive. Again, it's 2 fights to 3 fights in the time duration that they've had between. But in watching the fights that they've had, I would tell you, brother. I would tell you. It looked to me like Dolidze is the one that has actually grown quite a bit more. And Nano, I feel like you're on the same page here. We're hive minding for like 80% of this card.
We are, and we're rounding it off in the same boat as well. I do feel that Roman's peaking at the right time, and he's gonna find a way to get it done. I think Marvin will find a way to mess it up. And something to keep in mind here too, this is a 25-minute fight, so I think Roman will find a way to conserve his energy and learn, or not learn, but rather do better at like choosing when to, go offensive, when to be defensive, and kind of spread himself out over the 25. Marvin, I don't trust he'll do that. But I'm excited for this one, man. I mean, it's a low-key banger, as I've said in the past. So, a lot of things will shake out, and some new names will be made, and some people will get paid as well. Fight of the night. Hope for a lot of knockouts. Man, it's gonna be a good one. But I do think Roman Dolidze and hey, a lot of the Ultimate Fighter guys too, man. Some good narratives going into this fight night. 104, faux show. And we got a lot of people in the chat. There we go. We got a lot of action tonight. I like it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, smash the bell notifications. We could definitely carry on the milk and even the GOAT conversation. Who's the greatest of all time? Maybe that's what we're talking about here. But yeah, and then Dolidze, to answer your question, definitely me. On all levels. Just drunk in love, drunk on life, drunk in paradise. Drunken, I don't know. I was saying public, but that's breaking the law. That's assault, brother. Anyways, let's go, man. I'm loving it. Andrew Nance of the GOAT. That's what I'm talking about.
This is the most random chat we've ever had tonight for sure. What are your thoughts on Mike Goldberg and felony Charles Bennett? Dude. Okay. Jeffrey James. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, follow me so I can follow you back, because respect, my friend, respect. I don't know if you're new to the chat. I don't recognize your name in here, and that's on me if you've been here before. But dude, felony Charles Bennett, crazy horse. Let's go. What are my thoughts on him? The dude's an absolute psychopath. I absolutely love watching that dude fight. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be a crazy brawl. You already know. And when it comes to Mike Goldberg, I mean, when you talk about the best play-by-play commentator of all time and the GOAT, I mean, that Mike Goldberg, I mean, virtually identical, folks. Come on. That's how I feel about Mike Goldberg. So, yeah, please go ahead and drop a follow, like this channel, subscribe, smash the bell for notifications if you haven't already, my friend. And yeah, we appreciate you for asking that kind of question. That's a goated question, my friend, with all the goat milk talk. You already know what it is. Trigger D came here for the anomaly, stayed for the goat milk.
Well said.
Let's go.
It's like NASCAR,
S-Dogs.
you know, they all get the milk at the end of it when you win. That's what we're doing. Just celebrating.
HMS Warspite said, thoughts on MMA Guru? I'll be honest with you right now. I'm not a huge fan of MMA Guru. I say that in the vein of I'm not a huge fan of some of his more like racist and just hateful takes on fighters. I think he goes out of his way to get hateful, like kind of bait clicks, rage clicks. And he does a great job at what he does, right? Like it's a reason that he's the most watched channel in the MMA sphere. But I'm just not behind it. I've met too many fighters. I have too many friends that are professional fighters to just get on the hate train. I try and be respectful to everybody as much as possible. But yeah, I do like his picks. I think he does a pretty damn good job with his picks more often than not. Even though, like, even when he's making his picks, he's kind of cracking jokes about it, right? But I can't watch his channel. I can't do it. Nano, what are your thoughts?
Just can't do it, Captain. I honestly, I do think he's pretty funny.
Gone, Captain. I just can't do it.
I need more power. I do think he's funny, but yeah, it's like, you know, obviously there's that 1% of stuff that's just a little over the line, my man. So to your point, I used to kind of watch him more like early days. You know, he's a pioneer in the game, but honestly, if I were to see him or anything, I would definitely just let him know, hey, mad props and keep doing your thing. But yeah, not my personal flavor. Yeah, especially us, we're doing our own thing. I'm not really trying to get too many other opinions or thoughts in my head. And yeah, man, you know, if you're going to watch anybody in the MMA sphere, you're in the right place. It's No Filter MMAnomaly Show. Twice a week, baby. We're going to keep on growing. You know the vibes.
You already know what it is, baby. And S-Dogs MMA Talk said MMAnomaly versus MMA Guru. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. That guy's definitely taller than me. I'm like 5'10" on my best day. And I saw that guy standing next to a heavyweight fighter in the UFC. So he looks very tall, but I'd go skill for skill with him. I think I could take the guy. In a boxing match, an MMA match, it doesn't matter, folks. 1-on-1, 3-on-1, 5-on-1. They're all going to need 911 if they come up against the MMAnomaly, folks. Are you single, bro? I'm not single, unfortunately, my friend. But Jeffrey James, I appreciate the question, my friend. S-Dogs also said he'd ref that shit all day, Andrew. Let's go. I love that. Andrew Knott said, book it, S-Dogs. Let's go. I mean, I'm ready. Chamba. Cat Pat Kage said, Dachama by win 3 belts. So you think he's actually going to go up to heavyweight and win a 3rd belt? All right.
That's what I was saying on Tuesday. We're
open to the discussion here, Nano.
I was saying it.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it for a minute here. When it comes to John Jones and Chama, do we think that they actually fight? Yes or no?
Honestly, personally, I mean, I'm biased because I like both the fighters a lot, and I do have John Jones in my flex spot in our fantasy league. So all that aside, on a personal level, the world I think would want to see that, even if it's for like a heavyweight, like BMF potential 3rd belt, but I don't think it'll be for the heavyweight belt. I think, thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, JJ.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate that, Jeffrey.
I think I could see it happening, but I don't think it'd be for a belt. Unless John and Tom get booked and he wins, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm going up. I need a year to prepare. We're going to do it. It's our final hoorah, big send-off. When they're both, I don't even know, 37, 38, whatever they're kind of getting to now. It's like, I guess you never know. But It's not looking good. Shout out Jay Beers. You guys are chill AF. You as well, man. We see you. Well, I gotta be better at that. But Jay Beers, dude, you're pretty chill too.
That. We appreciate that, man. That's a great compliment.
Absolutely.
Tricky D said, I thought Guru was wheelchair bound. No, he trained with UFC heavyweight. You should check it out. Osterberry said, Big Tom destroys Poatan. My guy, you're spitting facts. You're spitting hot fire, my friend. Oh, man.
About it.
I truly think that Tom Aspinall just does bad things to Poatan.
There you go.
Let's go. Lethal Sugar said it's less likely now. I agree. I don't think that the John Jones fight happens with Poatan, especially with him coming off of a loss. Jeffrey James says, thank you guys for being good sports. Man, thank you for being a great chat participant, my friend. We appreciate you for being here. And again, if you haven't already hit the subscribe, it means the world to us. We'd really appreciate it if you did, my friend. We'd love to see you in more of the chats. You've actually been honestly really great. The last question that you had was really sick, man. Crazy Horse Bennett. The felony. What a guy. Oh, no, he might be before your time. You got to look him up though. If
I am definitely gonna do that. I wrote that down. I wrote that name down literally.
He's a real son of a gun, dude. He's fun to watch, bro. Valadizi, Anomaly, Fight Week, Making the Walk, Crossover, Kick him in the head, Jive, Osterberries, Rambling Dad, Fight Week. Let's freaking go.
All hands on deck.
Shout out.
That's what I'm talking about. Deck, appreciate
baby.
that.
Osterberry said, Juicehead Jones going to retire. There's only one option. Sounds like. Come on, baby.
There we go.
Matua
I know
said,
it, man.
Strip Tom Aspinall off the belt. What are you doing?
Matua. From the top row.
Matua.
From the top deck.
If you've just joined the show right now, this right here, this is why I drink. Okay? Comments like this. Dude, he said strip Tom Aspinall off the belt. My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
I love it though. I love it. Why not? He just likes chaos. I'll take some chaos.
Smoky Feeble, your goat milk percentage, mate. Dude, 69%. 69% always.
Cute dog there. Yeah, I would.
What about yours?
Sticking to my 1%. Actually, yeah, let us know yours, Senor Feeble. Smoky
indeed. Smoky indeed. Chama by KO.
Trigger D. Sicka feet.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Matua said, chicka what? Trigger what? Matua said Tom versus Magomed before Jones versus Jailton. Instead, what are you saying? And why am I excited about it? Jones versus Jailton? Oh, dude, just injected into my veins.
That'd be fun.
I'm here for it. How would you see that fight going?
I mean, well, Tom versus Magomed.
Let's talk about that first. Let's talk about it.
I mean, I'm going for the two guys. I think it's pretty obvious here. Tom would win. John would win.
You would take John over Jailton? I think Jailton gives John problems, bro.
I know he does.
The grappling gives him problems.
He'd probably be one of the hardest challenges for John Jones at this stage, but he's the GOAT, man. I'd never bet against him. But I'm biased.
He says Chama takes Tom's belt, but still it's a win. I don't know, dude. I disagree. I think Tom keeps the belt. Olin knows, dude. You already know, Oster. Let's go, baby. All day. Matua said we don't need an interim champ. Bones is here. I mean, where? Bones has fought twice in the last 5 years, kiddo. I'm sorry. Every time I think about John Jones, there's literally this song that just pops in my head. I don't know if you ever heard of the band Blink-182, but they had a song and the chorus was just an absolute banger. It went something like, "Where are you? And I'm so sorry. You're doing steroids and you cannot cycle off. We want to see you fight inside the octagon, but instead you are just actually gone." Seriously, come on.
Nice.
Can we have the guy get inside the fucking cage and fight more than once every 2 years? That's all I ask. Like, most people are like, "Oh, can we get you to fight more than once a year?" Dude, if Jones fought bi-yearly, I'd be juiced. I'd be psyched. I'd be stoked.
That's how he should have been, I know, but he messed up for a while. Probably lost, at least 6 title defenses or however long he was out of the game. But his legacy is stamped. And now Tom's building his. There should be a change of the guard. But shout out Trigger D for wrenching it. Tuivasa. I should wear a shirt next time around. But and we've been known to do some shoeies around here as well. Lethal Sugar. Olin de
Not a fan
Longue.
of them, but we've done them.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately.
I think we've done 3 shoeies on the show at this point. Tuivasa gives Jones nightmares. Facts, brother. It's facts. It's facts. But in the night, we'll wish this never ends. I would love that fight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was like very low-hanging fruit at that point in time.
Nah, but that is what I'm saying. Tuivasa, I miss you. I miss you.
Tuivasa literally said at the presser that he was at recently that he would have to start training again to make 265. Mans is not fighting, bro.
Nah, it's over.
I think it's over, bro. I think it's over. Osterberry, strip him of the interim and give him the undisputed Jones, the undisputed duck of the UFC. Let's go. I mean, it's kind of low key fight.
There it is. You heard it here first,
brother. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would actually relish in that. Cat Pat Kage said Olin sings good. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that.
He's got a good voice.
Pipes. I've only done karaoke twice in my life.
We got to make it a third. Come on.
Brother, did somebody say a third?
That's you. It's your thing.
We love it, baby. We love it. There was some news announced today. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. I do remember. It was a fight announcement between someone that, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I would have never guessed this fight. No. I definitely don't have a shot poured up because, I mean, you guessed it right in advance months ago. I mean, it's definitely not something that we said on the show that we have receipts that you can go and look if you go back and backtrack and watch the videos. But hey, Bo Nickel got a fight announced today, folks. Did you hear about that one, Nano? Yeah.
Yeah. It's breaking news, fresh off the press.
It's a bit of breaking news fresh off the press. And again, folks, I mean, if you want to go back, we have receipts. You can see that we literally predicted this months ago. But before we break the news, that's right, folks. It is breaking news. We have a Bo Nickel fight announcement, and it is Bo Nickel versus Renier de Reder on May 3rd, folks. This is going to be an absolute banger. Trigger. Oh, my God. I'm wiping my eyes because both my eyes deceive me, Nano. Renier de Reder by sub?
It can happen. They can definitely happen.
Do we have early odds on this? Because, oh my God, we have odds on this. They're plus 180. We have plus 180 odds on this.
No shit. Oh, wow. Not too
Osterberry
shabby.
said, anyway, got to get back to work. Always a blast. Enjoy the rest of the show. Osterberries, thank you for making the show better by being here, my friend. I hope you have the best rest of your shift.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have a good one. And that goes to everybody. Let's make it a great day or night, wherever you are in the world. Keep on going. Keep on growing. So we say, right?
Let's go, baby. Lethal Sugar said, that's quite a step up for bro. Yeah, you're not lying, my friend. You're not lying. Bo Nickel becomes a full nickel, 5-cent G.
Okay. 5 cents. I like it.
Oh my god, that's incredible, dude. Osterberry, shout out. Have a great night, my friend. That's hella funny. Oh man. And again, I obviously am kind of torn on that, but I do think Rainier de Ritter is a big step up for Bo Nickel. A massive step up for the kid. But it's a massive step up for both guys. I think RDR is going to break some change, as Trigger D just said. Let's go. Break some parlays as well, my friend. Les éléphants sont roulés, let the good times roll, mon ami. Yeah, I'm game for that. I like that bet. I like that bet. But that's not even the one that I really wanted to break the news about, Nano. We have a man, a myth, a legend, someone that really deserves a salute, a shoey, a shot, all the things, right? I'm talking about the hardest hitting 145er in the UFC. Someone that was once referred to as, who the fuck is that guy? Talking about a Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. I'm talking about a fucking dog in every sense of the word. Someone that literally has made a name for themselves. Woo, he went out and made a name for himself out in the bare knuckle fighting championship out there. He was out there landing haymakers on the king of violence, the underground king, right? Eddie Alvarez. And I don't know what happened, but BKFC did not lock down an extended contract on him. They let his contract end. And he said, you know what? I think I want to get them gloves on again. I think I want to be a UFC fighter. And now they're giving him to Mason Jones. I mean, Mason Jones is definitely a good fighter. It's a great chance for him to get into the UFC again here and kind of prove himself as a UFC mainstay. But I think Jeremy Heathen Stevens probably is the worst possible person he could have drawn the straw on.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. I mean, for someone like Jeremy at his age, and honestly, I mean, for me, what he proved to the world, his toughness and his willingness to go back in there and compete at the highest level and probably make a little bit of a better bag, if I'm being honest, I would assume. But yeah, man, I mean, got to go with the guy. We know who the fuck that guy is, man. He's someone that means business, that is nasty. I would be leaning that way. I don't know if there's any odds or anything yet, but even if he is an underdog, even if it's crazy odds, again, he always has that puncher's chance, and he's tough as nails. I'm sure after being in PKFC, getting punched with UFC gloves must feel like getting hit with some, some memory foam pillows of some sort. Or the fur pillows back in the day. Those are probably really soft as well to get hit with, literally.
Bro, I mean, Mason the Dragon Jones is just, he's no joke. But at the same time, like, again, he's had 17 fights. No. He's had 17 fights. His opponent has had 29 wins.
Oh, jeez. And maybe 17 knockouts. I wouldn't be surprised. Or 17
and
finishes.
He's also had and he's had 21 losses.
Oh, jeez.
He's had over 50 fights, bro. Or he's had 50 fights. Like,
He's
this dude is
38.
an absolute stud.
Yeah, he's been fighting for a long time. Wow.
Do we have odds on that? We don't have odds on that yet, do we? Hold on. Because Lethal Sugar said, my guess is Stevens will be plus 180. Let's see. Are they giving us early odds on this? Wait. Breaking news. Oh my God. This has got to be a leak. folks, we have some real breaking news here right now. I don't know if this is just a mess up on DraftKings Sportsbooks betting books right now, but they have December 31st Dan Hooker versus Conor McGregor odds currently on the website. Dan Hooker versus Conor McGregor for the final fight of the year.
Or just sometime this year, basically.
No, it's odds for or no. Why is it Wednesday? Maybe I don't know, but it literally is set for plus 120 on Dan Hooker.
I do see that. That's crazy.
If that fight happens,
That'd be sick.
Sign me up for Dan Hooker all day.
That'd be sick.
Matua, has this happened before on DraftKings? Not that I've seen. Not that I've seen. That is pretty wild. What?
I don't know. I feel like they've had, maybe. I mean, they have John and Tom on there, and this technically haven't happened yet.
But that's been rumored for 2 years.
True. I don't know. It's a good question.
I've never seen it for something that we've never even seen a rumor for. I haven't seen a rumor for Dan Hooker versus Conor McGregor. All the other fights that they have are announced fights, and John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, which is something that is, I mean, Dana White literally said, we're going to make that fight happen. So, I mean,
well, not to mention Dan Hooker is coming off injury too. So, I mean, is Conor even going to fight?
It's a freaking balloon.
It's a balloon. It's a balloon. Sheesh.
Hooker versus Blow. Someone hit the lottery. Dude, I mean, if I'm Dan Hooker, that is literally the best possible thing. The best possible thing that could happen to me for a return after that little breakdown there. So yeah, I mean, there's at least 2 other fights that got announced. We could go through those, but I'm gonna be honest, folks. It's late. We're getting tired, but we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I did pour up one last final shot to do. Nano's probably got some LaCroix or something there in the can. Cheers, folks. If you've been here the whole time, we appreciate you. If you just got here, we appreciate you just as much. Either way, we appreciate you for being in the chat. If you can do us a huge solid, and right after we wrap up, leave us a comment post-show. That would mean the world to us. Let us know what your favorite fight of the night was. Let us know what your favorite moment of the show was. And more importantly, let us know what you're looking forward to next, folks. Cheers to you all.
Salute.
Great stream, gents. Smash the like button.
Smash it.
My friend, you
Smash
are
that boy.
truly the GOAT. Catpad Kage said Iron Sad. Iron Sad. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I'm with you. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. And folks, I'd love to keep going through the chat, but again, we got to call it a night. It's an early morning for work tomorrow. And with that being said, we end on this. If you haven't already done these things, please do these things. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. And if you do none of those things, we won't hold it against you. The only thing that we truly, truly ask that you do each and every episode that you watch is this. Keep on going and keep on growing, folks. And we will see you next time.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. be cool, and we'll see you next time.